There is a lot of things that I could say that I don't want to get in trouble.
Welcome to Snatch Times' original series, where we will be chatting with the eliminated queens of Drag Race UK versus the world. And this week it is Jonbers Blonde. Jonbers, how are you? Is that right?
I'm good. How are you?
I don't think I can continue doing it. I can't do it. I'm a flop. But
It's a tricky one. It's all in the vowels.
when I wrote down my questions, I just put, Jonbers, how are you? And then when I saw you doing that bit, I changed how to hi, just so I could say it. How are you? Are you good? Are you all right? Well, I mean, you're eliminated. So.
No, I listen, love. It was like this. We filmed it a long time ago, so you're a lot. I give myself like a little time to to be like, you can feel annoyed or not really annoyed, but you can feel upset that especially coming off fresh off a season that I made it to the final. I was like, okay, you're allowed. It's certainly not the end of the world. It's a tricky business, this one, this versus the world situation.
I mean, why did you want to come back so soon after UK season 4?
First of all, when you get told Rue specifically asked for you, you're like, okay, that you're not going to turn down Rue. If Rue wants to see you, you're like, okay, let's do this. Also, I'm not only am I a contestant on Drag Race UK, but I am a mega fan of all the franchises. So I honestly can't tell you the feeling of walking that runway and being there, and it is one of those heart in your throat sort of moments, because it is nerve-wracking. It is, but it's because we're passionate about what we do, and you want to show the best of your abilities. And at the end of the day, it is reality TV. So they're gonna have one of those giant Q-tips just like battling you like gladiators. But I love it. I love the getting ready. I love the getting the outfits together. And also with this one, it was going into a season with people I wouldn't necessarily know, or maybe not have met in the apart from something like DragCon.
Yeah.
So to get to compete against girls and to just be seen, because obviously a lot more people watch this one because there is more international people watching it. It's just another opportunity.
This cast is absolutely insane. It truly feels like the first season where it really is an amalgamation of every single franchise. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. At least you left looking like that.
I know. They like Rue was like, but I haven't seen the episode, so but Rue did say to me on the runway, she was like, I wish we could bring out a mirror so you could see how amazing you look. She was like, she was like, this is, it was one of those moments, because I got one of those moments in season 4, obviously, where she was like, this is one of the greatest runway looks ever. And basically it was that sort of thing again. And she was like, I just can't, she was like, you look incredible. And I was just like, well, at least I'm going out on this.
That must have been to the queens who said your drag was in the most need as well, right?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, look, honey, like, apart from Marina, let's look at who was, saying that. It's just, listen, it's all shade, but I was like, whenever that happened, I was just like, y'all are gonna put the trans girl, the only trans girl. I was like, I'm not gonna put the trans girl. That's who I'm not gonna put. Haven't they been through enough?
I love that you launched an official investigation into who did it in the workroom. I was like, yeah, this is the Drag Race and CSI crossover I needed.
I mean, like, because when we were standing there, we couldn't see it in the mirror, and like people were like, "You're pressed," and I was like, "I'm not. I wasn't angry about it, because I was just like, I know it was done in shade. I was just like, I just wanted to know who had done it, and people were like, "Oh, it's a democracy. Like, we don't show our votes." I'm like, "You're on national TV, honey. Everyone can see it." I'm like, we all can see it, like, but I was like, I just want to know this, and my tactics of like, if someone was to be in the bottom, like who you thought, because I'm a very upfront person, like I will say, Like whenever I got asked, obviously I was like, that's not the question in hand, asking who I said, but you know, I said it straight away because I was just like, you know, it's on national TV, everyone's going to see it.
Let's talk about this week's challenge because Jonbers, I'm not going to lie to you, it was confusing to me. So it was a branding challenge for each queen, but then it was an immersive experience for Drag Race World. I'm not going to lie, I had no bloody clue what was going on most of the time.
There is a lot of things that I could say that I don't want to get in trouble. But there was a lot of things that most of us did not know what was going on. And the host of the show did not know what was going on with this challenge. It was a very tricky challenge. I haven't seen the episode, you've seen the episode, so I don't know whether how things have been played out of what they've shown, but we were all confused because it was kind of like, and also it was a group challenge, so it's like who should take the blame, like, because is it somebody's idea? And then honestly, like, they give us a booklet on this challenge about what it was, and they give us that on a certain day, and we had to mull it over to like think of ideas, and I had to ask for a call with the challenge team, or like a chat with the challenge team, to be like, I had all these ideas, but I was like, I don't know if it's right, you know. Not putting the blame. I'm not putting the blame on anybody at all, but it's just like, it's an act. And then some people were like, "Oh, it was an acting challenge thing," and I was like, "Oh, well, it was kind of improv, really. Like, really, what it was, because there was no script, so it wasn't acting." Yeah. Well, hit again by one of those challenges, you know. But you get a challenge, you do what you can with it, you know.
It was one of those rare challenges, honestly, where after watching all of the commercials, branding, whatever it was, I didn't have a clue who was going to be in the top or the bottom.
No, and neither do we. Honestly, neither do we. Going into the day of elimination, every single person was scared because nobody knew. First of all, nobody knew. Only your team knew what you had done. Nobody would obviously, we're not allowed to talk about what we've done because it's got to all be safe for camera, so that when we were watching it on stage, we could react. But every single person in that room was scared because nobody knew what way it was going to go. It was
just there was no clear winner. There was no clear bottom. Even as the viewer, usually I have my opinions. You know, she should have been one. I really didn't have. I don't have the foggiest.
It's a super subjective. I mean, this entire. I mean, drag is subjective. Everything, fashion is art. It's all subjective. But in this one, I think that's kind of where I was hurt, because I was like, I wish it wasn't that challenge I went out on, because it didn't. But then I was like, I hope that it gets shown to show, you know. So what can you do? It's the way of the world of Drag Race. That's because we come fresh off watching All Winners, and I was like, oh, maybe they'll do a twist to like let us. We all say, and it's done on a point system, and then you know, and then it's done by badges or blah blah blah, which is what I think really should do for every All-Star season, because the amount of money we spend on all of these looks, and then we don't even get shown half of them. Like, everybody's looks were amazing. Like, every single runway, I was excited to see what somebody had done. I mean, all three runways, lol. Well, until I knew I was leaving. I wish that would have been the format, so that you get the chance to show everything you brought. But it's Drag Race, you're not gonna get what you want.
No, I agree with you. I think a lot of fans feel the same way as well.
Yeah.
How did it feel when Scarlett revealed your lipstick? Because I think you bonded a little bit in the when you were, you know, having a conversation about why she should keep you.
Yeah, for sure. In the back of my mind, I had, because we all had the conversation, obviously, the previous week about who would be sent home if it came to us, and Scarlett had obviously said, you know, I'll eliminate my biggest competition. And it's subjective to see, or like, you know, it could go either way, because obviously Keita was in the top the week before. But in challenges to come, and we knew Snatch Game was probably going to be next, I think Scarlett sort of thought that could be the challenge that I could finally be in the top in. So yeah, it's the aim of the game. You know what I mean? You can't. If it was me, I wouldn't eliminate my biggest competition because it's a TV show and I want to watch a good TV show. But that's not me saying anything against Kita. That's just I just in the situation that's what I was trying to say. That was just like, you know, I would like to make it as best as we can.
Who do you think was actually the worst in the challenge?
Oh, you shady, y'all. I don't know, honestly. To be honest, I think most of it. I think it's the challenge. I don't think anybody was bad. I think it was a bad challenge.
Yeah.
I think it was a bad challenge. I think it was so subjective that it could have been anybody. I don't think it was anybody. There was not much that we could do with it because it was. It could have been. I personally, a lot of people were using other people's catchphrases and stuff from Drag Race, but it was meant to be personable. And I thought, well, you've used somebody else's catchphrase or done something else. So I was like, that's not personal to you. So I was like, well, that should be you in the bottom. But I'm not a judge, you know.
Well, I mean, yours was actually quintessentially you because you brought in.
Yeah, totally. Mine couldn't have been more me. I think that was the thing. Like, I got told that I should have done less, or that there was, and I was like, well, there was loads of people that should have done less, you know. It was like.
And also, how difficult was it for you to do that challenge when your time was running out, when La Grande Dame? Well, because how long did she actually take? Because in the actual...
She took 20 minutes. She took the full 20. We had 20 minutes to do the challenge, and she took 20 minutes. Michelle turned around and was like, just to let you know, you're on 30 seconds away from 20 minutes. And my heart was like, no. And so that, and honestly, like, you know, they did say to us, you're going to get more time, but they were like, it will penalize you, it will, you know, look bad if you take a lot more time. So that's on me for getting flustered. That's, you know, I think most people would, but I should have been like, okay, cool, calm, collected, know what I'm doing, know what I'm saying. But it just didn't go that way, honey.
And next week is Snatch Game. Right, John.
I know.
I really hope you're willing to reveal who you're going to do, because both Mayhem and Arantxa did not tell me. And
I don't mind telling at all. Okay. Like, because I was so excited. So I was going to do Mrs. Claus, but I was going to do it. I had like two options. I was going to do it as like, she had loads of surgery because it was the first time anybody was going to see her. So it's going to be like a massive, like super, like Jocelyn Windenstein as Mrs. Claus, or like hated Christmas. That's just like, oh God, Christmas. So I was really like, there was my two, and then my second choice was Jackie. Jackie Salone. I love astrology and I love mediumship, and she's a huge astrologer. You know that she used to read people's bumholes?
Oh, that's...
She had a book on it. She had a book on it. I mean, how genius is that? Let me read this bumhole and see what I can get from it. I'm gonna get good aura from your bumhole.
Oh my God, this sounds absolutely unhinged. I'm so... why did we...
I know, it would have been fun. Listen, and from you know, I'm not getting anywhere. From what I've heard, you know, there's certain characters that I've been like, oh.
What's next for Jonbers Blonde? What's next?
Well, I have more music coming out with the amazing producer Katie A, who made the song "Turn the Music Louder" and worked with Tinashe and Major. He was a producer that made In Fashion. So we have a new single out, "Don't Know You Anymore," which is like a big thumper of a music. More DJing. I'm going on tour with a very iconic Real Housewife of New York as her support act, because I love DJing. I really want to do more DJing.
That is the definition of camp, Jonbers, that you're going to be supporting a Real Housewives.
I can't say who it is, but I think like it's the one that does cabaret. Okay, you know. Okay. It's cabaret, honey. So yeah, and then there's loads of, obviously we're going on tour. We've got the tour, which is really, I'm super excited about that. I'm literally bringing I'm trying to get my biggest performance that I've ever done, because it's such, they put such effort into the tour that I really want to showcase because last time I done my tour, I done my own music, and I really want to show this time what I can do as a performer. Because I think in this season of UK versus World, I didn't get to show that. because you don't get to lip sync if you're not on the top. And I love a good lip sync.
This all sounds really exciting. I can't wait for your KDA song.
Yeah, it's streaming on all platforms.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Jonbers. I'm really sad you've gone. I needed that Snatch Game, whichever Jackie or
I know. Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll come back at some point. I'd never say no.
Well, that's the thing. Even on your second go, after you're eliminated, it's kind of like, well, I could still come back. Everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm kind of like, I think if I'd have got, you know, if it was up to, you know, if it was up to the point, it's kind of like, we've seen enough of you already. I feel like there's more to be seen, you know?